Watch. Watch for the fly. See it? Just barely you can. Not a very good clip. It comes from right under a buyer. See if I can get it again. There he goes. He goes right. There he is. I don't know whether you saw him properly, but he was there anyway. He was there. Inch dirty. Hang on, let me turn the light on. Inch dirty. I don't know whether you could see it properly. Whoop. Gosh, I'm not working very well, am I? It's late. I've had 2 Baileys, one in my coffee and 1 sweet, as you saw me have. That's enough for me. I've got to write down some books. What's the lady's name? Lady from Belfast wanted me to write down some books, and I've got some here, actually. Do you know, I wish you weren't so far away and that postal costs weren't so much, because I've got loads of books that I need to really just dispose of, but I'm not just going to throw them out. I've got to get on tomorrow and do the roots, because I think there's some I've missed. So I'll do those and cut my fringe tomorrow and see how I am then. So anyway, yeah, Chantal and Missy Moo, they need to watch their step with me, especially that Missy Moo character. She's round the bend, you know. Well, if you didn't know, I'm telling you, she is. She's very intrusive into people's lives, very intrusive into people's families. She came on and said that one of my children had beaten me up in the live stream. And, you know, even if you don't like somebody, you don't make accusations like that. It's disgusting. But as I say, she's going to get hers. She will. And it's like when they came on and accused me of being racist, which I'm not, because I put that little clip of that little ad up for somebody who'd asked me if I remembered it. That was all it was. And because they've chosen to take that and run with it, and even putting the video up and discussing me and calling me a racist, then yeah, that's wrong as well. What's that doing on there? I don't know. I hope you can't see that on screen. So that's wrong as well, because you know, they've took that video, they've begged me to take it down. I took it down after a few minutes it was up. And then I see the likes of Garlic Bread and others going round and spreading rumours, and it's not right. It's not true. It's upsetting because I don't deserve it. And I don't know for people who believe them. I'm just sorry that you do. That you haven't seen enough of me to know how I am and what my beliefs are. It's quite sad, really. But I've got those who are loyal to me, and I appreciate all of you. And I don't just say that, lightly. I mean it, from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me, especially since I lost Al. Prior to that, I was doing videos mostly regarding Alf and regarding what I was cooking to take in to him, smoothies and soups and stuff like that, and bread. I used to do in the mornings early so it'd be fresh to take in. And then for me to be called racist, and I could give you dozens of reasons why I'm not, but I'm just take my word for it. And it isn't true. And those who are perpetrating that rumour need to take a good long hard look at themselves and know that they've caused me real distress. Anyway, back to Voodoo Beauty and Missy Moo. So Missy Moo needs to stop targeting me. She's a horrible, vile woman. And Mr. Moo, I don't know much about him, but I think Thumbs and Mr. Moo sort of go hand in glove. Just as Salah will keep Foodie down, so what's her name? Missy Moo, I don't know. What is her name? I thought it was. Oh no, I'm not going to say it in case it isn't. So she's keeping him down, Mr. and Mrs. Moo, from the zoo. There are very few. Thankful for little mercies, eh? So, what do I know about Missy Moo? I know that she's nuts. I know that it's a second marriage. I know that she's got children. I know that her older husband, he looks quite elderly, but maybe that's just, living with her that's done it. All the way he goes about in a vest, showing all his grey hairs on his chest. Nasty. I know she's had weight loss surgery. I know it hasn't really worked, has it? I know that Chantal despises her, as she despises all of her beezers. What was it she said? I'm going to say what I like, and you're going to eat it up. I'm going to fucking manipulate you. Words to that effect. And that's exactly what she's done and what she's doing. And what she's doing now with this new arc with Salah. It's all a big act. It's as though, imagine them on a stage. Set one was Foodie and her makeup. She decided that wasn't bringing in enough. Step two was Foodie and her mukbangs. That brought her in far more money, doing the mukbangs, and money from feeders also. Step three, well, that was degrading herself, wasn't it? She found her being filthy and useless and gorging and making a habit of being obscene would bring in even more money. Then stage set number 4, we had nada, didn't we? And stage set number 4.5, we had Nada and Dee Dee and Chantal. Then stage set number 5, we had the Cuba Bees, where she had Renee, who she loved, and she didn't want to leave, and she wanted to marry him. That was number 5. Then number 6, oh no, I've missed some, haven't I? Set number 6, you can fit it in somewhere, were all these immigrants, the house that she went to that was full of them, and she went because she said she was doing a social service or services. And then we'll skip motorbike guy and all that nonsense. We'll lump them all in together there because it's just too much. And then set 7 is Salah and Mariam. And we're going to see, aren't we, just how much this plays out, how much money they're going to make. They think they're going to make a bomb by being a Canadian and a Kuwaiti, married and travelling. He's not Kuwaiti, he's Syrian, beg your pardon. A Syrian and a Canadian living in Kuwait but travelling. She can't stay. She'll still be on a visitor's visa. So we'll see how that pans out. He's got no rights as a Canadian citizen. He's still a Syrian, so he isn't classed as a citizen of Kuwait. So I honestly don't know how that's going to affect them as a married couple. I've got no idea. It seems to work for Allah and his Filipino wife. They seem to be firmly ensconced there. I'm not sure why. Well, I suppose I am sure it's the money, isn't it? I was going to say I'm not sure why they would leave their children in the Philippines. I guess it's for the money that he makes in Kuwait and she makes in Kuwait. I know the Filipinos in Saudi, they were making the equivalent of about 5 times the salary that they would get in the Philippines at that time. So they were on a even better deal than we were, really. The way the money was. But it's that, I suppose, that are there, and also that maybe Allah didn't feel at home in the Philippines, I don't know. But after the debacle with Chantal and what she said about Allah's wife, if Allah's still talking to Salah, and I rather think he is, then as his wife, I would be really upset and offended that my husband, her husband, would drop back into a friendship and potentially a friendship of couples when somebody had bad-mouthed me like that. It's indefensible, and I don't think that Allah's wife should be expected to just say just one of those things, bringing us money in, we don't really care. If she's got any sense and any sense of self-worth, she won't allow or she won't have that sort of friendship in her house, in her home, ever again. That would be my advice to her. Anyway, everybody, I've done enough for today, and I'm going to go and get my pyjamas on, wash my face, get my pyjamas on, get into bed. I've got to phone Claudia first thing, text, email Claudia first thing, and then I'll come on, do a community post with some recommended books that I've read. So, and I'll put a little note by the side of them. So I'll do that tomorrow as well. Good night, everybody. Rest well. God bless.